Good evening. You're watching the main news on HKIBC. I'm Azam Khan. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. A woman is arrested for allegedly stabbing her 20-year-old twin sons, who are reported to have intellectual disabilities. Hong Kong gets ready as typhoon Koinu moves closer to the city. A woman has been arrested for wounding her 20-year-old twin sons, who are believed to have intellectual disabilities. Police were called to a flat in Lung Poon Court in Wong Tai Sin after a man found knife wounds on the stomachs of his wife and sons. All three were conscious when they were sent to Queen Elizabeth Hospital. The 53-year-old woman was arrested for wounding with intent. According to sources, she suffers from depression. Labor Minister Chris Sun said the Social Welfare Department has been following the case and is making arrangements for the twins to go to a daycare center. A typhoon that is heading in the direction of Hong Kong is weakening, but the number 3 signal is expected to be issued tomorrow. Government workers, meanwhile, are stepping up flood control measures. Janice Lowe reports.
With another typhoon approaching, Hong Kong is hoping that the tropical cyclone will not trigger another once-in-500-year rainstorm. Last month, a torrential downpour led to the observatory keeping the black rainstorm signal, the highest alert, for a record 13 hours. Many areas, including MTR stations, were flooded, and a landslide exposed illegal structures in Red Hill Peninsula and Tai Tam. Squally showers are expected in Hong Kong as Typhoon Koinu edges closer to the eastern coast of Guangdong. Although the storm has weakened, the authorities are not taking any chances. In a bid to lower the risk of damage, the Drainage Services Department will inspect around 220 spots that are prone to blockage. Robots will be deployed for desilting to boost efficiency. Depending on the situation, the department will also send desilting trucks to clear blockages by using powerful sprays. At 7 p.m., Koinu was estimated to be about 550 kilometers east of Hong Kong and is forecast to move west at around 10 kilometers per hour. The observatory expects the standby signal number 1 to remain in force until noon tomorrow.
According to the present forecast track, Koinu will maintain a distance of about 400 kilometers or more from Hong Kong tonight and tomorrow morning. The chance of strong winds prevailing over the territory is low, with Koinu gradually edging closer to the coast of eastern Guangdong. Winds are expected to strengthen gradually over the region tomorrow afternoon. The observatory will consider issuing the strong wind signal number 3 from tomorrow night to Saturday morning.
The weather in Hong Kong this weekend is expected to be windier, with showers and thunderstorms due to the influence of Koinu's rain bands and the northeastern monsoon. Janice Lowe, HKIBC.
In Taiwan, at least one person was killed and more than 300 people were injured when severe Typhoon Koinu swept past the southern tip of the island this morning. Schools and offices were closed as record-breaking winds pounded Taiwan. Wind gusts of up to 95.2 meters per second were recorded. The wind strength was so powerful that it destroyed the island's speed measuring machine. Waves of up to 7 meters were reported, and more than 60,000 homes lost their electricity. Back in Hong Kong, a foreign domestic helper in Tin Shui Wai has been arrested for alleged child abuse. A man called police at around midnight last night, claiming that his helper had attacked his 10-month-old son earlier at their home in Wetland Seasons Bay. The 34-year-old woman was detained on suspicion of ill treatment or neglect of a child. The infant did not sustain any apparent injuries, but was sent to Tin Shui Wai Hospital. Police have set up their first self-service kiosk in an MTR station for commuters who have lost property or need non-emergency assistance.
Because in the past, some tourists or some citizens, when they lost some property in the railway system, they don't know whether they should make a report to the NTR or they should make a report to the police. Basically throughout this new arrangement, with the same time he can make a report to 2 different systems.
Admiralty was chosen as the first station to have a self-service kiosk installed because it is connected to 4 lines. Lam believes by filing a report with the MTR and police at the same time, people will have a higher chance of recovering lost items. He assured those using the kiosk that the data is encrypted before transmission and information will not be passed to the railway operator without their consent. 6 people have been injured by a wild boar which found its way into a construction site in Happy Valley. Police was alerted at around 8:30 a.m. after the creature charged into 5 workers on Stubbs Road. Officers from the Agriculture, Fisheries and Conservation Department tried to capture the boar, but it managed to escape. The workers suffered limb injuries and were sent to hospital. A police officer injured his leg and was hospitalized. Overseas, at least 14 people have been killed and more than 100 are missing following flash floods in the northeastern Indian state of Sikkim. Swirling waters from swollen rivers washed away everything in their path following days of heavy rain. A search has been launched for the missing, including 20 soldiers. About 3,000 tourists are believed to be stranded across the state. The floods affected more than 20,000 people who are being housed in emergency shelters. 5 people have been arrested in Jerusalem after videos of ultra-Orthodox Jews spitting on the ground near a Christian procession triggered outrage. The incident was the latest in a surge of intolerance towards minorities in Israel.
This video, which went viral, triggered widespread condemnation. An ultra-Orthodox Jew is seen spitting at a church entrance in Jerusalem. It was one of a number of incidents as Jews celebrated the week-long of Sukkot. Police arrested 5 suspects, 4 adults and 1 minor. 1 person was detained for assault. The footage comes amid complaints of rising intolerance against Christians and Muslims in Israel. Christian leaders and advocates have accused the far-right government of ignoring the issue.
These guys are disrespecting our church. And it's been a lot of times that they are disrespecting this place and our priests. They hate the religious people. They can't see the cross, and if they see a cross, somebody is carrying a cross, they spit on him, and nasty things they do.
Jerusalem has about 15,000 Christians, most of them Palestinians, who consider themselves living under occupation. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu returned to power through an alliance with the ultra-conservative politicians, a move which critics say encouraged far-right settlers and Orthodox Jews to target Muslims and Christians. Israeli Christian scholar Iska Harani, who set up a hotline to record anti-Christian assaults, says attacks have increased by 100% this year.
Another 6 people have been arrested in connection with the scandal involving the JPEX cryptocurrency platform. 2 were taken away from an over-the-counter shop in Carnarvon Road in Simshatsoy. It is believed that a member of JPEX and the chief executive of consultancy CryptoPard were among those detained. So far, 26 people have been arrested in the city's largest alleged fraud case. The government has approved 20 work contracts in the construction sector under the Labor Importation Scheme. Applications for 26 contracts involving 5,250 quotas were received in the scheme's first round, which ended in the middle of last month. The workers who will be brought in include technicians and site supervisors. Trade unions oppose the scheme, which was launched to overcome a manpower shortage in sectors such as transport and construction. A second round of application will close at the end of the month. And now let's take a look at the markets. The Hang Seng Index closed up 18 points. Top 10 active stocks, Tencent was up $2.20, Meituan down $1. BYD Company was up $1.20. JD.com was also up $1.20. Forex trading against the Hong Kong dollar, the euro is at 8.23, the Canadian dollar at 5.68. And over in the UK markets, the London FTSE is currently up 44 points. On to the weather now. It'll be hot and dry tomorrow, with swells expected. Temperatures will range between 27 and 33 degrees, becoming cooler in the following days. Now let's take a look at the weather around the world. That's our main news for Thursday night. Join us for more news at 11. I'm Azam Khan. Thanks for watching. Good night.